Okay, I'm back. I've got a new length of thread on my needle, and I've got my square cab. And the way you do these is you start with 4 beads, 4 delicas I should say. It doesn't work well with regular seed beads. Leave a tail like this, I don't know, 5 inches or so. Go through your 4 beads like that, as you might expect. Pull. And then go through 1 or 2 again so that it makes a round. So I'll just go through 1 more. Okay. And then you pick up 1 bead, go through your next, pick up another bead, go through the next, it's a little bit twisty at this point, but don't worry, that's normal. And another bead, and through the next corner, and 1 more. And then you step up through your next, through the first bead you added, just like this. Okay. Now we can add 2. So we'll add 2 here, and along each side you'll add 2 beads. 1, 2. Two beads through that one. 2 beads through the beads like this. So the first one from the first round, and then step up into the pair that you just did. Now, to keep them the same, what do I do again? Yeah, that's what I thought I did. So now we're gonna add 1 all the way around, 1 bead, even between the pairs. Okay, so 1, and go between the pair, between the 2 beads. So you'll get that. And then 1 here on the side of the square, and then pull 1 through the pair of beads. I don't know why this is loose. There, that's better. So don't skip anything, just go through like that. One bead through the first bead of your pair. One bead through the second bead of your pair. One bead through the first bead of that pair. 1 bead through the second bead of that pair. 1 bead. And now we step up through the first bead of the first pair, and then the second bead like that. So now we've got a square going on. Now we're just going to add one again in every spot. So 1 through 1 through 1. Yeah. Now we step up. Okay. So now we'll add one bead along, because this is the side of the square. So we'll add one bead here. And then we can add, I'd like to make it a bit tighter. Typically you would add 3, but I won't because I don't want this to get too big. So 2 beads. I'm caught. There we go. So you see where I am, right? There's the corner of the work. Well, it's become the corner. It doesn't matter because it's equilateral. So, then you add 1. 2 beads through there. Whoops. 1 bead. 2 beads. 1 bead. 2 beads. And then you'll see clearly where you need to step up because there's nowhere else to go. So you step up there. So now if you pull, it's starting to want to cup a wee bit. See? It's a little bit of a cup. And if you put your cab in, just for the sake of it, it's fitting now. Like that. It's fitting, I mean the base, obviously it's not big enough, but you know what I mean. So, to keep it growing, you're just going to keep doing that. You're going to add 1 between, you know, each bead here, and then 1 between each pair that you've added, and then the next round you're going to add 2. You'll see when the gaps get bigger, that's when you need to add more beads. So that's what I'm going to do until I get to the right size. So I'll see you shortly. Okay. I'm going to add some beads here. So I'm going to add 1. I stepped up through the 2 corner beads like that. And I'm going to add some delicas back in. And just skip through for now. And maybe not. No, I won't. I will go through the first of the 2 in the corner. And I'll add 1 in between. Like that. And we'll add So we'll just keep adding one around in all the spots. So I'm going to just keep doing this. I shouldn't need that much more. So, yeah. I'd say probably one more round after this, and then we can add our second round of champagne colored beads. And then it'll be ready. Then we can go forward and add the crystals around the edge, and then we can assemble the earring. I promise. So I'll see you shortly. Okay, here we are with enough beads now that the foil is all covered on our square cab here. And you need tension for this part, just so you're aware. I'm gonna start making a mistake immediately. Wow. There. So I'm gonna start putting on my champagne beads. And in case I forgot to mention it, the champagne beads come from Australia. They're from a store that I found on eBay called Highly Regarded Beads. And she's a really nice lady. Even though her stuff is in Australia, she's really, really kind lady, and she ships for a fair price around the world, and I get her stuff right away, which is great. So in case you didn't notice, as I was chatting, I just skipped over that corner. And I'm gonna keep adding champagne beads. So I'm gonna just do that all the way around, okay? And I'll see you very, very shortly. Okay, so I've gone around and I've reinforced everybody. And I've stepped down to this bead here, and I'm gonna see how clear I can make it for you. Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I've put away the delicas. Now I've got blue, silver line blue seed beads. They're Tohos, size 11. Oh, and the number is still there. Look at that. 1951. And I've got my clear and with silver. I don't know what they call it. The package didn't have a name on it. But they are 3 millimeters. And yeah, they're like a clear with a silver like mirror coating on one side. It's really cool. Anyway. And I pick up another 11. And what did I do on this earring? Oh, I just kind of whip stitched around. Okay. So I'm going to go down through this bead here. This is kind of a guessing game. You have to figure out what's going to work. See, that's nice and straight like that. But if you wanted a kind of an angle to them, you could go kind of ahead of yourself like that, and you will get kind of a diagonal slant on your bead, which I prefer. I think it's more visually interesting. There. And you do that until you get around all the way. So I'm going to back up a bit so you can see me a bit better. Oops. There. See how they're sitting together nicely? That is because I'm just going slightly ahead of myself when I take the stitch. And then when I come back, I just go into the next bead next to where I'm coming out of. See? Like that. And that's how you know. I don't know if you can hear that. It's really loud next door. Here we go. It is dirt. It's soil. The neighbors are having yard work done. And they're having dump trucks and dump trucks and dump trucks full of soil delivered, and it's really loud. So yeah, go ahead of yourself by about, a bead length, I guess. See? And then you get some nice tightly fitting angled bicones, and they look so nice. I love that. And it goes nicely with the Sapphire Rivoli that we set earlier. Dirt. They're dumping dirt down the driveway. Or wheeling it down, I think, in wheelbarrows. There. So now you see what we're up to. It fills things out a little bit more, makes them a little bit less Spartan. And when you get done, it will look something like this. There. So when I get back, we will bring back our Rivoli and assemble this puppy, and we will have a brilliant shoulder duster earring. So I'll be right back. Okay, it's time to construct an earring. So here's my complete one. And I've laid out, I like to build them from top to bottom, or assemble them from top to bottom. So here I have my top square cab, and it's hard for you to see on my mat, but there's a green 6mm bicone, chrysolite, and then I've got 3 beads that go on either side of it, then 3 beads that go on top, and then 8 seed beads that form the loop that goes through my ear hook. And the bottom stuff we'll worry about shortly. I like to get the top done first, and then we can move on. So anyhow, we have to figure where the middle is. My thread is very twisty. Just untwisting it a bit. There we go. So you're just gonna find the center of your square, and then add 3 beads, your crystal, and then all the beads for stringing. Don't worry about your ear wire, we can add that later. Go back down through 3 beads here, the crystal, add another 3, and then you go through and make a circle 3 times. So that's what I'm going to do right now. You watch and see. Okay. So feels like I found my center. Yeah, it hangs straight. So 3 seed beads, I should say. My bicone. All these other beads. Okay. Pull that down. Now, you skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go through the last 3 beads like so, making sure you have 8 above your needle. Then you go through the bicone. And of course it's going to want to do that. So you just pull down and you've got a loop there. Ta-da! Now we need our last 3 and put them in the bead right next to, it's probably really tough for you to make out because it's all blue. But here's my needle and it's right next to the first 3 that I added for this kind of bail kind of thing. I don't know what it's technically called, I'm sure there's a name. And now I'm just going to go through everybody 3 times and pull it out of my hand. Alright, so I'm going to go through that one more time and make my way down to the next part. See you later. Okay, so I found my other side where I need to be below everything. So now we are here. Okay, so we're going to be adding these 2 lengths of beads and then coming around and securing everything, and then we'll add the dangle at the very end. So what we need to do first, get all my stuff here. Let's see, we have 11 beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 11. Whoops. Okay, so I've strung on my 11 beads. I have my other Rivoli here, and I'm going to go down through a few beads here on the net we made. This is a very long tail that I have over here, and I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna use that for my dangle at the bottom. So that's what that's about. If you see it flying around, that's what it is. So this should be 10 beads on this one. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh yeah, we go through the 10th. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm not over far enough. That's part of the game with this earring, is figuring out how far to go. And I mean, this is all preference. You can make your linkage kind of really spread apart or not. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Yeah, that looks right now. I, of course, am stuck with trying to match it. That's hard to do. So we'll put on the 9. Go through this top bead up here. And then similarly to what we did with this part, we need to reinforce this, because obviously it's not going to last at all if we leave it the way it is. So you're going to do the same thing. You're going to go around in circles and reinforce everybody. And then weave your way on down to the bottom, where we will finish this earring at the bottom. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna follow the same technique for down below on the bottom dangle. Okay, so I've got my thread coming out. I measure it by looking at where my previous dangle started, and I kind of go straight down with my needle and figure out where I need to come out. So we're going to need to string on beads here, a 6mm bicone. This time it's in it's a blue color. It's like a light azure or something like that. I forget the name of it, but it's a light blue. Then 1 seed bead, as you can see here, and 1 4mm bicone in that gorgeous cyclamen color. It's beautiful. I love that color. And then 3 beads on one side, our small dagger, our purple dagger. Then the 3 beads on the other side, and then we go back up through, and then we add our other beads that go on the other side of the dangle, which are here. So it's another fringe, but it's a little bit more ornate. So here's what we do. We pick up 10 beads. Okay. Then your crystal. Seed bead. Your bicone again. 3 seed beads. A dagger. Let everything fall. 3 seed beads. Now we start going back up through. So I'm going to get a little closer here so that you can hopefully have an easier time of this. If you don't have any fringing experience. If you're an avid fringer, then this is not a problem. But in case you're a beginner. So we skip the dagger. Go back through, no, that's a lie. Skip the dagger, and the 3 seed beads go up through the 4mm bicone, and your seed bead in the middle, and your next bicone. Okay, oh, and 1 seed bead on the bottom here. This seed bead right here. Like that. So pull so that it's snug. Okay, and then we pick up 9 seed beads. And then we have to head, I'm looking at the other one so that it's the same. So head on over to a spot that's like close to there. So I'm gonna say right here. Not through that bead though, because it's part of the, there. Pull. There we go. Like that. And then you just weave through, go through it 3 times, seems to be the magic number. And then add your ear hook, like you would with any earring project. I'm not going to bother showing you because I know you can do that. And your earring is done. So thanks for sticking it out. I know this earring had a lot going on with it, but it's always worth it. So I'm going to reinforce, add my ear hook, and then I will show you what we have. I'll see you in just a moment. Okay, everybody. We did it. We made an earring. So of course you would repeat everything you just did to make the matching one. And I hope you enjoyed yourselves. It was definitely not a beginner earring. I know it had a lot of stuff going on, but it makes a great shoulder duster. I think that the trouble is worth it. I'm just going to give a measurement. So from the dangle part, with including the dagger and everything, it's like 1/8 of an inch under 4 inches long. So it's a long earring. I would definitely classify it as a shoulder duster. So, anyway, I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and I will see you on the next video, and I don't know which one that'll be. I'm slowly making it through my pile of things to teach you, though. So, there'll be something cool coming down the pipe soon, I'm sure. Anyway, I will see you soon, my friends. Have a good one. Don't forget, if you want to see this channel grow and thrive, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I will see you very soon. Bye!